Felix, I believe that you are blessed. You're highly welcome. This is your prophet Opatafour. You see, one God, I just want you to be aware of yourself. I just want you to be aware of yourself and what is happening in the nations of our world. You see, today when we spring back to life and we cast our eyes back into the society and where we do find ourselves, you can see clearly, or you can hear clearly that whatever that is happening there is highly unprecedented in the annals of humanity. Right today, this one is dead, this one is sick. There is all kinds of violence, chaos, and everything in our community. I just want you to be rest assured of whatever that is happening. Do you understand? It's saying when God firstly created the world, when God firstly created the world, it has been something that He firstly created Lucifer. Afterwards, He created Lucifer. What transpired was that Lucifer rebelled against the rules of engagement in heaven, and it resulted in that God disowned him for being something of good, right? He disowned him for being good to him, and He threw him onto this planet. And afterwards, He disowned Lucifer. He decided to create human beings, and He deprived Lucifer of his pride, right? He deprived Lucifer from his own pride, and He began to give humanity or human beings the power and authority of this earth. And probably because Lucifer was the first person to experience this planet, and afterwards, later on, being disowned and discredited by the Spirit of God or by God Himself, He also decided that for the fact that he was the first person to live on this planet and he has been disowned by God, He decided to devise up strategies to fight humanity, probably because God gave him the authority and the governance of this earth, and he was being deprived of by human beings because of whatever attitude or character that he exhibited in the presence of God, which was highly inimical to the ambitions of God. Do you understand? It was highly unprecedented in the presence of God. So God had to disown him and deprive him of his authority and power. Do you understand? So God created human beings, and He decided to mitigate the level of authority given to Lucifer, and then He gave human beings the power to superimpose upon all the works or the power of Lucifer. And this had resulted in that Lucifer had divided all kinds of strategy to fight the entire race of humanity, and that is what has resulted in that day in and day out you'll be hearing all kinds of stuff, which is something else, right? The violent fighting, the wars, the blood sharing, and everything going on is as a result that Lucifer, he doesn't want the entire human race to prosper, right? He has been battling with us, probably because of God, what God did to him, right? So when you read the book of Corinthians, right, the book of Corinthians, it stated it out that we shouldn't be ignorant about the devices of the devil. We shouldn't be ignorant about the devices of the devil concerning our life. We shouldn't be ignorant about the devices of the devil, right? You see, he had divided up strategy to fight the entire race of humanity. Do you understand? And it is something else. And today I just want to take the light as a prophet of God, and then we glance through some of the things or the devices that this devil had devised up in fighting the entire human race. Do you understand? We shouldn't be ignorant. These days, you see, Christians are not praying anymore. They don't pray. Most of the Christians, the nations of our world, most of the people in Christendom, they don't pray, and they normally give up quickly, so easily. When you pray 3, 4, 5, 6 times and they don't see any result, they give up just like that because they feel that the Lord hadn't been good to them, or God is not really listening to them. But let's do some calculations over here. You see, Muslims pray 5 times per day. Within 24 hours, Muslims pray 5 times, 5 times, right? And we have 6 days in a week. So within the sectors of 7 days, 5 times 7, which is 30 what? 5. So Muslims pray 35 times per week. 35 times per week. Now, you see the spiritual side of Muslims and the spiritual commitment of Muslims, right? Let's see the other side. The witchcraft kingdom. Every night, every day, or any moment in time, these witchcraft people always held meeting against Christians. I've never seen any fetish priest or witch doctor going on meeting or holding meeting at night against his own fellow fetish priest or a witchcraft. But anytime that you see meetings going on in a dark world, it's all about how they're going to fall or prey upon these Christians, right? It's all about how they're going to fight the entire human race with all kinds of strategies. They have been fighting the entire human race, right? I just want you to arise and pray, attack the demonic kingdom or their strategies. You shouldn't be ignorant about the devices of the devil concerning your destiny, lest you fall a prey into their hands. And you can see what the devil can do when you try to not pray, right? You can see, you really know yourself. I don't want to be talking about a whole lot of stuff, right? Or be repeating myself, because I believe very well that you yourself watching me live right now, you really know yourself and you really know the capability, the ability, or the capacity of the devil in this world, right? He has been fighting the entire human race with all kinds of strategy. Understand? So you have to understand. I want you to understand and arise and pray like never before. Christians give up too early, and because of this, the devil knew from onset, from strike, that even when he battles us and he's not able to prevail, he's going to try his best the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, fifth time, and he's going to win, because we are people that we never give up too easily. We give up too quick, just like that. And you see, if you're not persistent in prayers, there's no way that, you see, you have to understand that nothing positive is achieved on a silver platter. You cannot just go to the presence of God and then pray, and God will give whatever that you want to you. No. It got to a point that when Elijah cursed the Israelites, when they began to refuse and rebel against God, when he cursed them and he seized the atmosphere in order for rain not to rain, right? Do you know what happened? When he wanted to reverse the curse, what exactly did he do? He prayed 7 times. 7 hours, 7 times. He prayed 7 times. And bowing your heads down and praying 5 times is not something which is easy. You understand? The devil he's fighting us. Personal problems and worldly problems, and he has devised up strategies through the governments, the elders in our community, in our societies, the leaders. He has been fighting the entire human race in our society and all kinds of things. Do you understand? You see, it has been something else. All misqualified energies. This is as a result of the works of the devil. All the sins, the lust, the killing, the insult, the quarrels, the fight, and everything that you see in the nations of our world is as a result of the devil. It's as a result or a weapon of the devil to fight the entire human race. Do you understand? He has been fighting us with human inferior, sickness, death. Do you understand? All this lie and impure motive, they are all from the devil. All reptiles of feeling, the subtle and aggressiveness. All these things are the weapons of the devil. Inordinate mental suggestions and psychic forces, they are all weapons and the strategies of the devil to fight the entire human race. Do you understand? This ancient and modern necromantic service, and it's quite fortunate. And you see, sometimes I laugh because you go to some of these churches, right, in which they make mention of the name Jesus, and you see them practicing necromancy, calling out the spirit of the dead, chanting on all these things going on in the churches. right? He has set up institutions. Some of these institutions are churches, right? And he has been fighting the entire human race through this. You'll be held captive, probably because of inordinate mental suggestions, psychic forces, the spirit of necromancy, mesmerism, hypnotism, sorcery, black magic, witchcraft, witches, right? The power of witches from the cones and covens of witches, right? The satanic rites and perversions, all these things, right, are the weapons of the devil. We shouldn't be ignorant about the devices of the devil concerning our lives. The devil always 24/7, and he has never given up, right? These are all the laggers, black magicians. They are agents. These people are all agents to fight against the entire humanity or the entire human race. Do you understand? It has been something else. With all these things, they are miscreations. They create certain things, weapons, and all kinds of strategy. Weapons. They create weapons to fight human race, and it has not been easy, right? Sometimes you might feel some kind of a negative electricity surroundings. Do you understand? And it's not easy. It is not easy. You might experience something physically, and you might think that what I'm experiencing is something which has a source in the physical. These have nothing to do with the things of the spirit. But I'm telling you, there's nothing negative here acting or any negative effects that have ever taken effects on the human race, which have never had its source from the satanic kingdom. No, it has never happened in any way. It has never happened in any way, right? He has set up demonic desires, all evil motives from all life streams. Do you understand? We have causes, effects, and records from the Akashic records fighting the entire humanity. All these astral thought forms and mass entities and discarnates, all inverted spirits of worldly sophistications, materialism, atheism, agnosticisms, right? And intellectualism based on human pride. All these things are as a result of the devil weapons fighting the entire human race. Get up and pray at night, or else you fall a prey to the devil. Do you understand? All this human ego and human will, all criticisms, condemnations, and judgments attacking each and everyone in the society. Most especially, you see this pastor fighting the other pastor, you see this preacher fighting the other preacher. We are all professing to know Christ, and we claim to be of the best, and we disregard others because of these things. When you see all these things going on, you might think that it is of reality, or it's happening physically, but it is the strategy of the devil to fight us. Human ego, all these things, gossip and gossip entities, rivalry, immorality, sensuality, greed, lust for power, all these things are as a result of the devil, and they are the weapons. They are the weapons of the enemy. They are the weapons. We shouldn't be ignorant. Get up at midnight and pray. Otherwise, you fall a prey to this. All these things that I mentioned are the strategy and the strategy weapons of the enemy to fight the entire race of humanity. Do you understand? Don't sit down and keep on talking and saying all kinds of things, thinking that the Lord hadn't been good to you, probably because that you've prayed several times and you have not been hearing anything, you have not been experiencing any positivity. Probably because of that, you feel that God has rejected. You know, persistence what breaks resistance. Persistence breaks what? Resistance. Keep on praying. Push till you become a conqueror. Push till you win. Push. Keep on pushing. Fight like never before. Right? All this personal selfishness, unhappiness, discouragement, dissatisfaction, indifference, ingratitude, grief, guilt, fear, doubts, human questioning, And all these things are the weapons of the devil. Fellas, my beloved, I want you to be rest assured of the devices of the devil. Be rest assured. Be rest assured. Be rest assured. All selfishness, egotisms, self-love, hatred, mal-dislike, cruelty, lies, injustice, envy, jealousy, and ignorance are all the weapons of the devil. Human stubbornness, deviance of the law, insanity, and nervous tensions, organic and infectious diseases, conceit, disease, prejudice, and hypocrisy are all weapons of the devil to fight the entire human race. What are you doing? What are you doing? I just want to ask you this question. What exactly are you doing? 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 Are you sitting there to fold your arms just like that for these evil entities, this power of witchcraft to fight and destroy you? Or you're going to sit up as you've watched me today? Man of God watching me out there, get up at night and pray. The members are suffering poverty, struggles, misunderstanding in the church, in the community. You see, let me tell you something. Bible says that we should pray for the nation, and when the nation prosper, that is when we're gonna prosper. Get up at midnight and pray. Pray, because Muslims pray 5 times per day, 35 times per week. You see, Muslims, witches go on meeting every midnight. What are you doing? The son of light, what exactly are you doing? Are you going to sit there, keep your mouth mute, and fall a prey to the devil? No. Just get up at night. Pray like never before. Pray like never before. Be persistent in prayers. I just want you to be persistent. Be persistent in prayers. Pray like never before. Begin to interrupt all these demonic misconceptions, all the criticisms and attacks, infectious diseases, all the selfishness, egotism, self-life, all this hatred going on in a society, in the country, are weapons of the devil. Begin to turn all these things. Turn it. Begin to turn it. Hey, begin to turn it. You see, we have it up. All these negative hereditary traits. You see, that is the ancestral curse, right? And environmental influences. You can go to a certain place. All this, the place have been a setup for drug laws, and stubbornness, and all kinds of things, right? When there are certain places in these nations of our world that, whether you like it or not, when you stay at this place, you become a notorious person, a drug lord. Why? Because it has its own way of dealing with things. And the devil has instituted some kind of power and authority, who has assigned demons to make sure or whatever that they do at that place favor him, the devil. That is why we have these environmental influences. You can't take your kids to some certain places. You stay in some certain families, and if you're not careful, you destroy the future of your children. It's as a result of all these things. I just want you to get up at night and start praying. You see, we have this negative racial and national characteristics fighting, and all these things through these 3 arms of government, the legislature, the judiciary, and the executive level, that are not being unity, always fighting. Everybody's trying to prove to the nation that he is ever right. You see, you have to understand, these are all strategy. I can talk to somebody who is now a Christian, right? Because I believe they have their own way of dealing with things. So you have to also sit up as a Christian and begin to pray. Pray like never before. Pray, right? We have this kind of spirit that possesses people for them to become ignorant, self-imposed bondage, indecisions, self-pity, self-justification, self-deception, and self-condemnations. These are all weapons of the enemies to fight. These are all the weapons of Satan, Lucifer, the devil, to fight the entire human race. All malicious, ignorant, sympathetic. You see, there are times that you meet some people, hey, the way they talk, they do their things, the way they began to interact or to interrelate with people in the society, hey, it is highly unprecedented. It is highly unprecedented. These are all the weapons and the strategies of the devil to fight the entire human race. Understand me clearly that we are not dealing with flesh and blood. It is being stated in the Bible. We are not dealing with flesh and blood, right? We have these all family mesmerisms, all subject agents and victims of mental and emotional malpractices. These are all weapons. These are all weapons of the devil. Get up and pray. Begin to reverse and turn it. Don't sit down for the devil to superimpose, to put all these things on you, to arrest you with all kinds of negative feelings, with all kinds of incarnate and discarnate, intended and unintended actions, negative actions. These are all weapons of the devil. Get up and pray. Get up and pray. When it comes to the social aspect of life and the religious aspect, he has a set up institutions. He has a set up institutions. He has a set up institutions. You see, we have all these political, religious, economic, and social intrigue, corruption, schisms, hypocrisy, fraud, despotisms, erroneously influencing the mind, hearts, and the free will of man. These are all results of the devil's strategy. Right? When you go to some of these churches, somebody will intentionally sit down and begin to fight. Right? Somebody will begin to sit down and fight somebody secretly with prayers. So we have it in our society, in some of the churches who normally set committees up and fight the other pastor. And you see a pastor coaching his fellow pastor that go and say this and that to attack the other pastor because he's flourishing and he has become successful in his ministry. We have these prayers of malintentions, scriptural misinterpretations, and moral impurity, bigotry, and fanaticisms, idolatry. You see all these things and the rejections of the teachings of the Holy Spirit. Right? We have these false doctrines and teachings. It's as a result of the devil's influence in the society. Get up and pray. If not, you fall and pray. Right? We have all these impure and improper educational channels. It's as a result of the devil. Right? And we have these Luciferian indoctrinations of the youth of the world. Juvenile delinquency, all these things, right? It's as a result of the devil, the weapons of the devil. Fellas, I just want you to understand that we are not wrestling against flesh, right? The flesh and then the blood. We are not wrestling against the flesh and the blood, right? We are dealing with entities that we cannot see them with our naked eyes. We are not dealing with entities that we can see them. They are hiding in the dark world. You see, one thing about the devil is that, you see, we are the sons of the light. We are the children of light. And you see, when somebody is hiding in the dark world and you are standing in the light, you will not see the one who is in the dark world, but the one in the dark world will see you. This is the fortunate incidents in what is happening. Yeah, this is what is happening in the nations of our world. This is what is happening in the nations of our world. This is what is happening in the nations of our world. The devil sees us always, but we cannot see him. Yeah. Right? The devil sees us always. The devil sees us always. We have some people in the society in which the devil has arrested them with all kinds of things, undermining of the separation of church and state principles. All these things, Luciferian influences of textbooks and teaching programs in all schools, public and private institutions, all racial incompatibilities, Luciferian divide to conquer tactics, and all these family problems are as a result and the weapons of the enemy to fight the entire human race. Get up at night and pray. You can see how I'm sweating, right? All these things, you see, I'm sweating. It's probably because I just want you to be serious. I just want to infuse into you some kind of a little bit of seriousness. Begin to fight. You see, Christianity had always been battle, right? For the one that we are following, when he came to this earth, he never took things for granted. He was always conscious and always aware of himself. When Jesus was dealing with stars, he was aware of himself, and he never took anything for granted. Always serious. He said it to these people, the apostles. He said it to Peter. You've got to stand and pray, otherwise you fall a prey. You see, you have some kind of a particular sickness. These nightmares, bad dreams, misconceptions. Sometimes you might hear some kind of a demonic whispering, some kind of astral thought forms, negative thoughts. All these things are the weapons of the enemy to fight the entire race of humanity. Yes, all these things. You can see that we have all these illegal and unjust practices, crime syndicates, narcotics, traffic, impure or poisonous foods and drugs, tobacco and alcohol, gambling, bookmaking, prostitutions, all vice, false appetite. Sometimes out of this false appetite, you feel that doing something negatively to yourself. They are all forces of the enemy. Yeah, they are all forces of the enemy. And these passions, negative passions, self-indulgence, greed, murder, the suicide entities, all lying and mischievous entities, and the money beast always is about money. They don't care about our systems. You see, Christians are always about money, and they don't care about themselves. Even if you go for money for him to die, you go for it. But hey, we should look for the kingdom of God and its righteousness first, and all the leftovers will be added unto us. Right? And the kingdom is about battle. It's about prayers. All these things are about prayers. Right? So what are you doing? Why do you want to sit down for the devil to fight you? All these dissonant art forms, perverted and discordant sounds. Sometimes you might hear some strange sounds and some kind of strange odors, and you'll be seeing some kind of images. Yes, when you sleep, some scary, whether you're asleep or whatever, some scary images, pornography, subliminal influences, true friends to fight you. That is the strategy. That is the weapon of the enemy. All these insidious advertising, violence, sex and emotionalism on radio. You see the other radio station saying something to entice the heart of other people, right? To incite people through radio programmings to fight the other, to attack. All these televisions and movies and their false attractions, corruption of the press, bias and inaccurate news coverage by this media, funny material, medical. All these things are the weapons of the enemy. Get up at night and pray. Yes, I'm urging you, watch. I'm telling you, get up at night and pray. Pray. Begin to reverse all this phony astrology, phony religion, psychic phenomena, and the personality called consciousness, cruelty. All these things are the weapons of the devil, right? Vivisections and all these slaughterhouses, they are all setups, institutions and houses for the devil. All this life backwardness, you see, instead of you to progress in life, you rather be retrogressing, right? This poverty and this sackcloth and mourning, always cry, tears, all these things, crematoriums and mausoleums, places of incarcerations, fighting people at the hospitals, Aslam's, he has psychic instigators on all these set up vehicles, taking people to some certain places, spiritual vehicles. You dream and you see yourself in some kind of a vehicle going to somewhere in which you yourself, you're not aware of it, and all of a sudden you see yourself dropping off from these vehicles in the dream state. They are all demonic vehicles taking the souls of humanity in a dream state, and it's as a result they are weapons of the enemy to fight the entire human race, because Lucifer was the first person to lose or to be deprived of from his own glory, right? All these demonic manifestations of negativity, prideness, sorrows, fear, panic, all these things are as a result of the devil concerning our lives. Do you understand? You have to fight. When it comes to the political and then the economic sector, he has strategies and problems to fight the entire human race. What are you doing? Are you sitting there? Are you sitting there? We have a setup, right? A totalitarian government and Luciferian institutions and their temporal power, the hosts of war and the manipulators of war, destructive uses of atomic energy, all fallout and harmful side effects of nuclear testing of nuclear weapons. They are all as a result and a strategy of the devil to fight humanity. The known and unknown feelings and actions, all Luciferianism, Satanism, and Illuminati control over the divine economy of the nations in our world, right? The misuse of capitalisms and communisms, sinister strategies, philosophies, and propaganda of the Luciferians and the fallen ones, those who are fallen. They have strategies to fight. They have strategies to fight the entire human race. What are you doing, beloved? What exactly are you doing? Are you sitting there for the devil to destroy you? Right? All these demagogues, ploys, and agitators, all plots and sabotage against the sons of light. You see people attacking Christians, killing them. They are all as a result. We have these anti-father, anti-Christ, anti-spirit activities in the four planes of matter. All infiltrations of the ranks of the light barriers by the sons of Belial. The manipulations of economy by Luciferian bankers. They are all strategies. Do you understand? You see, it has not been easy. And this brainwashing, psychopolitics and brainwashing, mob hysteria routes the manipulations of the economies of the nations through the mark of the beast, and the perversions of the masculine and feminine ray in every walk of life. All the attacks and criticism against countries, right? All these things, the sections and divisions within and without the countries and the nations of our world, right? Hemispheric disunity, left and right political demonstrations and controversies, and divide to conquer tactics practiced against the children of light. My brother, it has not been easy, right? or judicial and legislative lethargy, electoral dishonesty. With the issues of this electoral dishonesty, they are all strategy, selfish pressure groups, misrepresentations of the true spirit of the people through lobbies, partisanisms, sectionalism, political blackmail, and lack of integrity in office holders. The manipulations of the national and international economy by the Luciferian bankers and economists, failure to comply with rules and engagements. You see, these are all strategies and the weapons of the enemy to fight the entire human race. Right? These are all strategies of the devil to fight the entire human race. Right? You see, you have to sit up. Oh, you see, when it comes to the religious sections, now the Holy Spirit has been to a level that there have been Holy Spirit in materialization, business, doing businesses with churches, imbalance in the ecosystems, abuse and pollution of the four elements, inefficiency in industry, and waste of our natural resources, inferior consumer goods. All these things, my brother, my sister out there, all these things are weapons of the enemy, and we need to fight. Christians are not, we need to fight that. And we cannot draw up sword, cutlasses, and all kinds of guns and machines to fight it. We can only fight all these things through prayers. Yeah, believe me, we can only fight these things, right? Through what? Prayers, right? Labor racketeering, organized crime, inflations, unemployment, rural hardships, and backward methods, slums and ghettos, black and white power struggles contrived by the Luciferians, all problems of undeveloped areas, especially poverty and ignorance, highway accidents. These are all strategy of the devil we need to fight. Disturbances in the elemental kingdom and weather conditions, cataclysmic activities. All these things are the weapons of the enemy. My brother, get up, get up, get up and pray at night. You see, I'm very serious with what I'm saying. Not because of anything. It's as a result that most of the Christians are sleeping in these end times, and that the devil has devised some strategy to fight them. They are weeping, struggling, fighting themselves, all kinds of strategy. You see, I've made mention of a lot of problems. Get up. You see, I'm very serious. I am very, very serious. I am very serious. What is happening in the nations of our world is highly inimical to the ambitions of us. We can't anymore. You have to stand up and pray. Pray. You see the analysis that I made earlier on. Muslims pray 5 times a day. Right? 5 times a day. 5 times 7, which is what? 35. Witches go on meeting every night. What do you do every night? The only prayer that you pray is when you get up in your bed, or when you are going in bed. Some of the Christians do. It is even difficult for them. They don't pray. They just eat, bath, just dump themselves into the bed, and that is all. They don't pray. When they get up in the morning, they begin to lament in bed, even quarrel with their husbands and wives, and that is all. And then they just walk straight to the washroom, get themselves dressed, and then go to work, and that is all. Close camber without praying. You see the ancient times, right? The people that took the lead, our forefathers, Moses and the rest, Jeremiah, Elijah, Isaiah, Matthew, and all these people, they prayed, they fasted. You don't fast, you don't pray. Muslims pray, they fast, they do all kinds of things. And what are you doing? You don't fast per 7 days. You don't fast. How do you want to fortify your soul? How do you want to be strong since you don't fast and pray? How are you serving God? Fasting is part of Christianity. I just want you to understand that. If it happens to be that you don't pray, right? A prayerless Christian is always a powerless Christian. If you don't pray, no power. Yeah, because the Holy Spirit can only work when you deploy Him. Yeah, when you assign Him to task. And you cannot send the Holy Spirit just like that. You can only deploy the weapons of the Holy Spirit through what? Prayers. Attack all these demonic misconceptions, bad dreams, nightmare, struggles, poverty, temptation, setbacks. Reverse these ancestral curses. Break all kinds of bonds and limitations that has been placed on your life. All these things are as a result that we don't pray, right? I just don't want to talk much. I believe that the little advice that I've given to you is enough for you, right? But I just want you to understand that if it happens to be that you have a problem which demands for spiritual interpretation, or if you want a man of God who is highly anointed, who has the in-depth knowledge about the things of the Spirit, just take any of the numbers showing you on your screen and call me. Yeah, just call the number, keep on calling, and I believe that God is going to use me to bless you. This is your prophet Opatafour. You can subscribe to my Facebook channel. Yeah, subscribe to my Facebook channel. The name still remains the same. That is Prophet Opatafour. I've never changed my name. It is still the same. It's still the same. Don't hesitate, right? If you need any spiritual guidance, directions in your life, just pick the number showing on your screen. Yeah, you see, God. Some of the people in the nations of our world think that God is not real because they have prayed for several times and they are not seeing any positive impact. Yeah, you need somebody to give you a direction. Sometimes what you are praying for, it demands for spiritual direction from an upper hand, somebody who has the in-depth knowledge in the things of the Spirit, right? So I want you to understand that we're not wrestling against flesh and blood, right? We are dealing with entities who are of a higher frequency. And you need to pray. Keep on praying, right? Keep on praying. I was very angry because what is happening, I don't like it at all. I don't really like it at all. I just want you to keep on praying. Pray like never. Pray, and keep on praying. Stand up and pray. I infuse into your DNA the power of prayers. Yes, I infuse into your DNA the power of prayers. You see, your kids are spoiling. Right? You know why? It's not because of what they're doing. It's because they have already been spoiled in the rest of the Spirit by the devil. And what are you doing? So please, don't just sit down just like that and fold your arms expecting God to do something. No, God is not going to do anything unless you rise up in prayers. Yeah. You see, if you are suffering from chronic diseases, yeah, but or if you have any a demonic attack, if you are suffering from financial difficulties and you need the assistance of a prophet, if you want me to assist you in prayers, take the number showing you on your screen and call me, and I believe that God is going to bless you. You see, God, the devil Lucifer, right? Let me tell you something. The devil Lucifer is fighting the entire human race through psychic instigators. We have these false prophets, false teachers, all these witch doctors, all these Satan people. They are the very people that the devil is using to fight us. And some of them are from the sectors of spiritism, psychical science, witchcraft. They are witches. It's a whole lot. I just want to make mention of anybody's name, right? So just be persistent in prayers, and one day there's going to be a great miracle, a great testimony. Don't give up, right? Stay tuned. I bless you in the name of Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God, the one who created heaven and earth. May God blesses you. This is your prophet Opatafour. Stay blessed. See you at the same time, right? God bless.